Hi everyone, welcome to the final webinar in our automated scanning series. Today's topic is on speeding up the creation of color bars using scanning solutions. Presenting today is Christian Benz, a product manager at X-Rite. I'm Robert Grotans, the Global Technical Marketing Manager, and I'll be moderating today's webinar. Just a few things to go over before we get started. Due to the number of people that are attending today's webinar, we will keep everyone muted. If you have any questions, please use the questions function on the GoToWebinar panel, and we will have some time at the end to answer a few of your questions. Finally, this webinar will be recorded, and you'll receive a link so that you can review the webinar at your convenience. So with that, I'll turn it over to Christian to get things started.
Thanks, Robert. Welcome everybody to this webinar. As Robert already mentioned, my name is Christian Benz. I'm the product manager for the scanning solutions at X-Rite. So I am covering the IntelliTrax and the AutoScan solution for X-Rite. I've been with the company for over 30 years, so a lot of experience, and I've been also involved with many of the press room products, I should say, for X-Rite. So as Robert mentioned, this is the third webinar in our row of webinars. Before Kiel Harder covered kind of the how to do color bars and covered more the hardware side of our scanning solutions, and then Scott Herrick spoke about closed loop solutions and how you can save material waste and time with those solutions. And the webinar today I'm covering today is mainly about the software which is used with the scanning solutions. I will speak how you can use this software with brand colors, how to work with G7 or PSO process control for those, but also how to ensure that your instrument measures accurately. And yeah. So let me start. Let me start with maybe the challenges, your daily challenges, I should say, you are running into. Kind of, you have probably increased demands from customers on accurate color, which then which brings up your need to have an automated solution to identify in the early stage already any color quality problems, so that you can really at the early stage also correct them in the printing process. Another challenge is probably is that the press runs are becoming shorter. So the make-ready time is a large portion of the press time, and I will show you kind of how these solutions, especially working with the software, but also with the instrumentation, can reduce the make-ready time. And last but not least, you are under price pressure. You need to bring the prices down, and I will also speak about that, how you can save money, how you can reduce your material waste. Let me start first, just in case you haven't been possible for you to attend the other webinars, what we covered before, our automated scanning solutions. So X-Rite provides two different scanning solutions. One is the Exact AutoScan, which we introduced last year. This is intended for smaller to mid-size presses, and this is an automation which is more affordable, I would say. With this, you get a 3-in-1 solution, which mainly means you have the full exact handheld instrument where you can do spot measurements, but you can also do with this manual scanning measurements. And if you mount it on the AutoScan track, then you can do with the same instrument also automated scanning. So there you have an instrument which you can use for multiple use cases. And then besides that, since many years, and probably the instrument with the biggest installed base is the IntelliTrax 2 system, where we get a lot of very good feedback on. This is the fully automated solution, and this really is the focus with this one, is on efficiency and productivity. So this has special things like this automated color bar detection. So this finds the color bar more or less, which has a look ahead camera inside in the measurement head, and this finds the color bar and puts then the measurement head in the middle of the color bar automatically. So with this, the press operator is faster to position the chart on the system and starting the measurement then with that. Another big advantage is, and this to save material, is we support this system supports 2 mm color bars, so very narrow color bars, so that you can reduce the paper waste. Last but not least, in offset printing, the non-contact measurement is very important as the ink is wet. So, and with these two solutions, X-Rite is providing a scanning software. It's the scanning software we provide with those two systems has the same feature set. So I don't speak about separately about the software solutions here, as they have the same feature set for AutoScan, but also for the IntelliTrax. So in difference, if you still do handheld measurements, spot measurements with a handheld, with such a scanning solutions, you get all the information on one screen for all the ink zones, everything all together on one screen for all the colors. You see this up here on the right. This is a touch screen monitor. The software is touch screen capable. And there you have for black, cyan, magenta, yellow. It could be. You can also add spot colors here. You can get all the required information. Then, yeah, the required information. I mean, if you're interested to get density information, you get density information. If you like to get delta E or LAB, you can also get those. Whatever you need, you know, there is many more functions available. The software is fully integrated with the scanning systems, as the software from X-Rite is done by the same development team as the hardware. This is really fully integrated for that you have a seamless setup for your daily use, and you can, everything comes together. Last but not least, it's also important that as an additional optional value is the closed loop solutions. Is that you can directly connect the measurement system to a press and automatically control the press, and with that. So the software is capable to do that with different closed loop solutions. It includes, the software includes the latest Pantone libraries. They get automatically updated. So this is kind of the Pantone Plus, the coded and the uncoded libraries are included for free with the software. You can also, if you're working with brands, you have full access to Pantone Live database with an optional license to do that. Additional features with the software you get is you have it supports G7, but also PSO, so you can work against those target values. It provides best match functionality. I will speak later to that one, as this is probably one of the most important features with the software for the daily use at the press. And SCTV, which is a new method for determining the tone value for spot colors. This is also available with our software. Speaking about industry standards, this is always an important topic for X-Rite. So now we follow those standards as the ISO standards and others to ensure that and we ensure that our systems support those. So with that, we support the different measurements modes, M0, M1, M3 with our scanning solutions. Fully according to the ISO standards. We support also, we have our scanning solutions have a black backing, as it is specified also as an ISO requirement, as the backing of where you put the press sheet and have a backing for your measurement. This is very, very important. As a different backing, you might get different numbers. So this is included as part of our scanning solutions. And as mentioned before, we support also the printing processes according to G7, UGRA, FOGRA, whatever is needed there. Brand color support, as already touched before, we do Pantone Plus. Those are included for free with the software. And also get, if there is an update of those library, they get automatically updated in the software. So there's no additional later charge for that. Then the Pantone Live database, you can get direct access to that if you're working for a brand, for example, and this is important to have that. There with an optional license, you can access those. There are also other capabilities of how you can define a spot color as a target. You could measure it with an exact. You can import CXF data or even enter just an LV value into the software, depending on how your spot colors are defined. There are different features. Coming now to best match. Best match is, as I mentioned before, for the press operator, probably one of the most important functions. We have this also with our exact handheld instrument, but also with software like the ScoreCard software. This is a function which provides to the operator of ink thickness adjustment recommendations. Normally, you have an LV target, or you have a Pantone color as a target, or whatever, or a spectral curve. And then what you might see a delta E number, but the press operator doesn't know how he needs to adjust the press, to get to this delta E. And this is exactly what the software does. The software, the best match function, tells the press operator to improve your delta E. You need to change to adjust your ink thickness, and there is a number, for example. You need to adjust the density, the ink thickness for cyan by 0.1 or by 0.2 density. Kind of this is information, and this is helpful. This gives also the operator understanding if the ink or the ink he has loaded in the ink unit is okay, and can get the close match as it is required to get to. And it helps the press operator also to have possible shifts in colors or whatever during the press run, to see this in a very early stage. So this function is available with the X-Rite software, with IntelliTrex, but also with the Exact AutoScan. Then what we also do with both of the software, you can have a centralized database. So if you have multiple presses in your print shop or across multiple plants, you can access this from one database. And what you see also here, this makes it also even if you have presses from different press suppliers, for example, but by using the X-Rite systems with the X-Rite software, you have on all the different presses, you have all the same interfaces, so you can easily exchange a job from one press to another one. It's as it is all the same, yeah. And to all the presses, there could be in addition a closed loop system to help to ensure that. To have even a shorter make ready time. Yeah. Then what I wanted also to cover here, which is an important element of our scanning solutions, is the NetProfile solution. This is a cloud-based software with a color standard. You see this color standard below here. There are about 10 different color standards. There are also special patches to control the polarization filter, for example. This is a solution to validate or profile your IntelliTrax tracks, but also your exact on-site at any time. So you don't need to send in a measurement head or a measurement system for this. You can do this yourself on-site with this solution. So that ensures you have always accurate and trustable color measurement. It reduces your maintenance cost and it gives you the confidence for a reliable performance. So yeah, the scanning solutions, as I mentioned before, with our software, this is, I think it is a win-win for everyone involved. So for example, for the press operator, this helps the press operator that he can do his job faster as he has all the information on the screen at one shot. Also for the production manager, also there it can be, it helps, so this solution helps improve the quality, as all the information for all the ink zones, for all the colors is always visible, and the software provides the right functions. Also for the print quality manager, it helps to have the accurate colors. And last but not least, also for finance, faster make-ready times, which the solutions help with increase the ROI, but by reducing the material waste and increase productivity. And beside the software, but this, as it is that important, adding a solution, I like to mention this, a closed loop solution. And this means a closed loop solution means kind of this is the connection between IntelliTrax, the software, and the press. So the press gets automatically controlled based on the measurement data and adjusted, And with the closed loop solution, there is also coming with the ink key presetting, and this all together helps helps a lot to reduce the make-ready time and reduce the paper waste with that. For example, here for this customer, the paper waste was reduced by a factor of 2. Yeah. It helps also not only to shorten make-ready time, but also to stabilize and standardize the production process, independent on the press you have. And to support you as you maybe for print shops, especially in these days, the upfront investment might be quite high for you. Even if the savings, with such a solution, so the ROI is done in 3 to 8 months. It always depends on what kind of substrates you have, on how many jobs you run. But kind of this is the return on investment. But if the upfront investment is too high, X-Rite we have leasing offers available, and this depends on regions, on availability of this, and I recommend that you ask the sales representative for those offerings we have. So then with that, the investment in such a solution is much lower, and it even with the savings you have on paper waste and whatever, it helps you to really save money almost per month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. With our solutions, with IntelliTrax, but also with AutoScan, we get a lot of good feedback. The customers really see the real difference when using the scanning solutions, as it really helps to do significantly reduce make-ready time and reduce paper waste. I have just here statements from 2 customers, but there are many others where we have good feedback. So the summary, I would say, kind of such as scanning solutions, if you are in folding carton packaging, converter, or commercial printer, this really helps you to reduce costs, to reduce substrate and ink waste, have a faster make-ready time. That helps you to manage the color quality and the consistency, but also helps you to obtain feedback and monitor the results. So there's a lot of help for you. There is much more information on it on our website, so on IntelliText, but also on X-Autoscan. We have also online an ROI calculator where you can put in your own number, which then gives you the result, you know, how much you save with what is your return on investment with an IntelliText Autoscan, or if you also combine this with closed loop solution, or if you use it alone. And if we are also helping you to do a more in-depth ROI calculation if you are interested. There are also videos on YouTube on our scanning solutions. And we have all different offerings. We have trading offerings. If you have an older or another scanning solution, you might replace, and other special promo programs available. Yeah, this is what I wanted to cover today. I hope this was helpful for you. This gave you a good oversight on what the solutions might bring for your business. And I'm opening now for any questions you might have.
Great. Thank you, Christian. If anyone does have any questions, yes, we do have some time to answer a few of those. So feel free to submit those now. Here we go. I see one question coming in. Is it possible to use the IntelliTrack 2 to measure on metal sheets with 0.5 millimeter thickness?
A very good question. Yeah, thanks for this question. As long as you have print white first as a background, you know, for the color bar, this works, and we have customers using this, and for sure, especially with metal plates, you know, it helps you a lot to reduce waste of those, you know. Yeah, but this should be possible. But important is you will need to print white first, you know, as a background for the color bar.
Perfect. I don't see any more questions coming in at the moment, so we will end here for today. If you do have any questions that come up after this is done, you can certainly respond to that email that we send out tomorrow, and I can direct those over to Christian. So again, I'd like to thank everyone for your time, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you as well. Thanks, everybody.